Here we go. Okay, this is a follower-submitted story, and we don't have a normal title on here, do we? Oh, it's a follower submission in honor of Kadin Thunder. Here we go. Hey, Dusty, long-time lurker, first-time speaker-upper. Ever since Kadin Thunder made the beans in the pillow joke, a story from my past has been haunting me, so I have to share it with you and ask if I'm the astronaut. When I was in college, I lived off campus at a duplex with 2 other dudes. We were in a garage band together, and we were all a little rowdy, but one of the guys, we'll call him Mr. Bean, probably had some mental issues or demons that he struggled with. He would act out in strange ways when things didn't go his way. If he saw us have anything that he wanted but didn't have, he would try to punish, acting like a general dick, but also sabotaging us. One of these times, our band had played a small gig at a college kid party. I played guitar and sang, and he was the drummer. I can't say that's why I had more of what the kids today call riz, but I did. The college girls were drawn to me, and I lived it up. Mr. Bean didn't have the same luck. He was a quiet and awkward guy. Nothing wrong with that, to me at least, but you could tell that he always wanted to be different. Instead of putting himself out there more, he would just get pissy and act angry toward me. I thought, whatever, that's just how Mr. Bean copes. But I didn't expect what happened next. After the gig and party, we went home and crashed. It was probably 4 a.m. or something ridiculous like that. I didn't wake up until noon the next day, but Mr. Bean was already gone to work. I went about my day, showering and preparing for my evening shift at the restaurant that I worked at. When I went to put my shoes on, this crazy son of a bitch had put beans in my effing shoes. Wet, squelch, stinky, mother effing beans in my favorite pair of Nikes. How'd you like to put your feet in beans, man? I was livid. I sent him a text asking if he had put beans in my shoes, and he responded with, WTF? And then acted offended that I had accused him. I know it was him. He had sabotaged me and my other roommate before with childish shit like this, but he would never admit it. I had enough, said F this shit, went and got 5 massive containers of beans from Sam's Club, and I poured them in his kick drum. It wasn't enough to fill it, but it was probably a third of the way full with wet, nasty Bush's finest secret recipe. Well, I wonder if when he hit that kick drum pedal, if it was like squelch, 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 squelch. That would be amazing. Later that night, he sent me a picture of the kick drum full of beans with another WTF, and I just replied, oh man, it looks like the bean fairy's got you too. I'm guessing he knew it was me because he moved out the next week. The band disbanded, and that sucked, but I never had to deal with Mr. Bean's bean shittery again, so I feel like I won. Am I the astronaut for taking a beanie bit of revenge? This is flipping amazing. And I'd say absolutely not. If you're sure that it was this roommate that had done this to you, which it sounds like you're sure that it was, then yeah, NTA. There's probably a little bit of a monetary difference between the value of a kick drum, which I would assume is ruined now after having beans poured into it, because like the molded plywood, it's like I don't know how much a kick drum is. I'm not a drummer. I'm sure it's a little more than a pair of Nikes. So there is that to consider. But if he's done a lot of this kind of crap to you and you finally just said enough, pain creates change, I'm going to end this shit right now, and just 5 freaking giant things of baked beans into a kick drum that's something, man. That is something. I'm still saying NTA on it, and it's freaking hilarious, and I can't believe someone has actually used squelchy beans for some kind of revenge here. There's got to be more stories out there. There's got to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kadin Thunder!
Hey! I'm back. Man.
What did you think about this story?
You know, if there's one thing that I can say, it's that beans in your shoes, and then you put beans in his kick drum, and it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. And you're wearing underpants made of beans. It's rough.
Underpants made of beans? What would you do if somebody put beans in your shoes and you tried to put your feet into them?
I'd go with it.
You'd go with it? You'd walk around with the squelch?
If I was in a rush, I don't know. Maybe it's relaxing. We don't know. Don't knock it until you try it. It's like a massage in your shoes all day long. A little bit of beans in your shoes. You feel me?
But they just get all squished. It would just be a paste by the end of the day.
Yeah, then you can make a burrito. Mm-hmm. Yep. Ayo, by the end of the day, you could just pour out the beans from the shoes, put them on a tortilla, right? You wrap up that tortilla. It's already warm. You know it's already warm. maybe pop it in the microwave just to kill them little germs, the foot germs, and you got a bean burrito. Maybe you sprinkle a little bit of cheese on there. You got a nice meal right there. You feel me? They may have done you a dirty, but also they made you a burrito. It's just the long way around. So you ain't even gotta trip about that. And there's 2 shoes, so there's 2 burritos.
If you were a drummer.
If I was a drummer, what about it?
And somebody put 5 giant things of beans in your kick drum, how would you react to that?
I'd save it for Doomsday.
Just seal it up. And
Doomsday.
Be like, you're still good.
He did. That wasn't revenge. That was just helping with Doomsday prep.
You just fill it the rest of the way up.
Yeah.
Go ahead and seal.
Maybe I'd hide something in there, in the beans. I don't know. Who knows what I hide in there?
It's a kick drum full of beans, and there's a sausage hidden in there somewhere.
It's like the Lucky Charms. You got like a surprise in the Lucky Charms. Dude, yeah.